In the previous episode of the Kaiserslautern Career Mode, we had our largest transfer window to date, totaling 30 million in transfer funds. We began our Bundesliga campaign and achieved some great results against top quality sides. Our journey in the Pokal is still intact as we've received a favorable draw against sides that aren't quite on the same level as us. Hey, what's going on everyone? Flick here. Welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 20 Kaiserslautern Career Mode. In today's video, we'll be looking to complete the second half of Season 4 and also maintain our current league standing and survive the drop from the Bundesliga. Right now, we're sort of playing the long game because we have high potential players in our squad. However, their overall rating is rather low relative to other teams in the Bundesliga. But I honestly believe our squad is capable of matching up against any other club in game. It's just that overall rating is a problem for the simulations. Also, I want to give thanks for all the encouragement left in the previous episode of this series. When it comes to the Kaiserslautern save, I just try to bring it out on a consistent basis and try to get you all involved as much as possible, whether that be through the press conference questions like this, or whether it be through in-game decisions like transfers. But outside of that, I can confidently say I haven't felt better about the content I've been making in a really long time. And trust me when I say we're just getting started. Recently, I've been thinking about different ways that we can keep strengthening this community that we're growing, and I've come up with a few potential ideas that I'd like to incorporate into the channel and also this series. Firstly, I've went ahead and made a community Discord that y'all can join for the channel. I have a link to that in the description of this video. It is eligible to join right now, so it's sort of a soft launch before the start of FIFA 21. So if y'all want to get involved over on the Discord, we can talk about FIFA, football, and all things related to the Kaiserslautern Career Mode. The next announcement is one that I think a lot of you will like because it means more content for you. We're going to be moving this Kaiserslautern series to 2 uploads a week rather than the 1 upload a week we have right now. I'll still keep this series coming out on Sundays, but I'll also have an episode out every Thursday. At least that's the plan for right now. I might have to move things around depending on how my schedule looks over the next few weeks, but that is the tentative plan. In order to help make that happen, I will be live streaming these recordings over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Flickiify. Link to that is also in the description below. And those recordings will be the day after an upload goes live. So it's going to be Mondays and Fridays for you all. I'm planning to go live around 11 o'clock Pacific, which is my time. That's 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, and I believe 7 o'clock for those of you that are in the UK. But I do want to make it clear that these YouTube videos will still be something unique. I want to make sure that the Twitch streams are something that y'all can watch to get a kind of behind the scenes look at this career mode save, and then the YouTube recordings, or the YouTube videos I should say, are going to be more of a condensed version, and I'll make sure that I have a different narrative for both of them so that they're unique. This is kind of what I want to do moving forward on the channel, especially as we look towards FIFA 21. Just in general, I want to be posting on different platforms, not just on YouTube, which is kind of what I've done in the past. I think it is important to kind of diversify and make sure you have your content going out on different streams. That's going to be all the announcements for now. I'm really excited about the future of the channel as well as this Kaiserslautern series. Let's push on though and see if we can finish Season 4 strong. We're getting to the point in this career mode where we have some difficult decisions to make regarding the future of some of the original Kaiserslautern players, including Theodor Bergmann. He's been a crucial center defensive mid for us for pretty much the entirety of this save, but I think he has started to peak in his overall rating, and I'm not entirely sure a 77 overall center midfielder is going to cut it in the Bundesliga, especially as we start thinking about continental competitions like the Europa League and Champions League in future seasons. We'll eventually have to make an upgrade at the center defensive mid position, so I thought now is a great time to do so. I really do like the fact that once you get a few seasons into career mode, saves become entirely unique to you, and players are eligible on pre-contracts that might not be eligible in other saves. For our case, Tyler Adams, an American center defensive mid, is available on a pre-contract deal from RB Leipzig, and we're going to look to pick him up. Adams has started to receive more international attention, especially after he scored that goal in the Champions League quarterfinal against Atletico Madrid. However, I've been following his career for quite some time, even when he was playing in MLS for the New York Red Bulls. But that's not the only reason I decided on this transfer. I think it does make sense for our save considering we brought in Julian Green a few seasons ago, and if Adams is going to move away from Leipzig, then it may as well be to another promising Bundesliga club. If you look at the other center midfielders within Leipzig's squad, I would say that Adams is most likely a substitute or rotational player, whereas for us at Kaiserslautern, he's obviously going to be a crucial first team player and someone that we can build around. But anyways, his wages in season 5 are going to be pretty similar to what we offered for Gozens and Lammers. It's a 5-year deal, crucial first team player, and it'll be on 50 grand a week. Sticking to our current season transfer trends, we haven't been too active in terms of loaning and selling players. Just one deal, as Manfred Stark has temporarily left the club on loan. I mentioned in the last episode that I might be changing the player training for the second half of this season. However, I'm going to keep it exactly as it was. That way we can maximize on the 25-year-old window. Ramirez and Lammers are both going to be 26, and once they turn that age, I kind of phase them away from player training. If and when we sign some more youth academy players, I might open up a third training slot, because right now it is becoming very difficult to find space for everybody. Speaking of our youth academy, I am now searching for any type of player, because at this point we have a couple of promising youth academy players. Anyone else that joins the squad with a high potential is a bonus, so I'm not too picky about what sort of player we find. Just a couple of icon transfers for this mid-season update. However, we will start with a big move, as Rio Ferdinand has made the transfer from West Ham to Leeds for 28.6 million. Libmanen has also made a transfer, joining Liverpool on a free. But let's turn our attention to our Kaiserslautern squad, finish up season 4, and try to stay in the Bundesliga. Our first highlighted match of the episode will be in the Bundesliga against Hertha Berlin, a side that is roughly around the same position as us in the league table. We're pretty familiar with Berlin here on the channel, and now that we're a few seasons into this Kaiserslautern save, I'm pretty sure they have a very strong side, because they have a lot of high potential youngsters, including Christoph Piontek. Early on in this match, I feel like we had to shake the rust off, because we were making quite a few poor mistakes defensively. Luckily, our goalkeeper Grill bailed us out on multiple chances, including that one right there. Nice kick save. We finally got things going here in the 25th minute, as Lammers, our new striker signing, usually puts that sort of chance away. But Thomas Kraft, I will admit, was having a pretty good match performance. And although he's a bit up there in age, I consider him to be a very consistent and reliable Bundesliga goalkeeper. And he seemed to do the job for Berlin, as they went up 1-0 off a very unfortunate goal. You can see Grog closed down the space really well, but the ball went right between his legs. We brought on some substitutes and energy in the 69th minute, trying to make something happen. Matt Whaler, a good fake shot to create space. Unfortunately, the square ball was just too far ahead of Klose, and we weren't able to get the equalizer. It summed up the match pretty well. We were close on multiple opportunities, but Hertha Berlin managed to hang on for the win. We'll have to move on from our defeat in the Bundesliga, as we have a difficult draw in the quarterfinal of the Deutscher Pokal. We matched up against FC Bayern once again. We played them in season 1 of this career mode, managed to beat them, and I think if we can achieve a similar result, get past Bayern, the hard work will be done. This is the squad that'll try to achieve the daunting task of beating Bayern, and I've been happy with how our youth academy prospects have been growing and how they actually play in game. In particular, our defenders in Lang and Siegmund are looking very promising, which is good, because in my opinion, our defense is our weakest area in the long term. But we'll get started right away with a match highlight. Some good link-up play between our two strikers. Josh Mathis playing through Matt Whaler, and he is going to show some great composure here. Ball rolling David De Gea and netting our first goal in the 6th minute. That is a great way to start this fixture. If you want to beat teams like Bayern, scoring the first goal definitely helps your chances, because it opens up how you can attack. I feel like once the CPU goes down, they try to push a lot of players forward, which definitely opens up possibilities for a counter attack. We almost get very lucky there with a deflection goal from Mikkel. Unfortunately, though, it will remain at 1-0. But it was all us in the opening minutes, as Matt Whaler nearly nets himself a second goal, and Bayern were trying to do anything in their power to equalize. We'll finally see some good build-up play, though, here in the 61st minute. Kevin De Bruyne and Joshua Kimmich getting heavily involved in this build-up play. I thought we got away with it, but again, it's Kimmich playing to De Bruyne. Finally, Kingsley Coman trying to net a goal in the Pokal, but it's a huge save from Graf, and I had to turn to the instant replay to highlight how good that was. Here in the 91st minute, nervy moments as Lukaku gets an effort on goal. Corner kick for Bayern. This will probably be the last attacking chance of the match. We just need to get it cleared, and the ref will eventually call for full time, and we'll be advancing to the next round of the Deutscher Pokal. This officially marks a semi-final visit for us, which is the furthest that we've gone in the competition. I believe we've received the best possible outcome for the semi-final draw. Don't get me wrong, I think Hoffenheim are a quality side, but they're definitely no Wolfsburg or Leverkusen. It will be interesting though to see how our 3-5-2 plays against a 4-3-3 defending formation. One thing I'll say about these Pokal matches though is that it seems like we get off to a quick start, as this time it'll be Sem Schmitz through on goal. It always seems to be our younger players. Unfortunately, Schmitz, although his finishing has been good this season, he misses this chance pretty poorly, even though it was on his preferred left foot. But that wasn't stopping us as Mikkel plays this ball inside to Whaler, over to Klose, back to Whaler. Some really good play, except it is stopped this time by Oliver Baumann. And in the ensuing chances, it's saved again and eventually called for offside. Not finishing those early chances might end up costing us, as Hoffenheim look to build off their newfound momentum. Matthias Cunha, with an incredible effort from just outside the 18-yard box. We'll take a look at this replay, and it was a well-hit finish. And to be honest, this match could have gone a lot worse, because this cross sent in was again headed toward goal by Matthias Cunha, except the post bails us out this time. And then in the 45th minute, it's a good save by Graf on his near post. Now getting towards the 75th minute, we weren't creating a whole lot of chances, and Hoffenheim were looking to finish off this match. Again, the post bails us out, and finally here in the 79th minute, we'll move forward. Klose using his strength, and will somehow manage to finish that chance. I was freaking out when I scored this goal. This Pokal, and the Pokal this year has meant so much to me. I think we have a genuine chance of winning the competition, and each year we're making a little bit of progress. It comes full circle how far we've progressed in this career mode, but we will be going to extra time for this fixture. Because we are a younger side, I feel like we have that hunger to make waves against these larger Bundesliga clubs. And to be fair, we have made some moves in the Bundesliga this season, beating the likes of Borussia Dortmund, but here Matt Whaler gets fouled for a penalty. It was kind of a soft one that I was very fortunate to receive, but of course we'll have Miroslav Klose step up for this one, our penalty kick maestro, and he's been able to convert most of his chances over the course of this career mode. He'll do it again right here with a green time finish, and our chances suddenly went up to win this match. But if you've been following along in this career mode, you'll know that we've had some late heartbreaks in the Pokal. I think y'all can expect what sort of highlight we're seeing here. We're past the allotted 121 minutes in game, but we will concede an equalizer. And now this match will be going to penalties. Here's what our penalty kick order will look like. To be fair, we have higher statistics than Hoffenheim, but you never know how penalties might go. For your convenience, I have put these penalty kick highlights on 3x speed. That way you don't have to go through the same stress I went through in taking these penalty kicks. But obviously we didn't get off to a great start, going 2-0 down right away. Luckily, Lammers was able to finally get a goal, and then Graf made a good save. But unfortunately, Oliver Baumann saved 3 out of our 4 penalties. And you have to give credit where it's due. The Hoffenheim keeper played very well. As we have been knocked out of the Pokal, I decided to feature our next match against 6th place Schalke in the Bundesliga. And that is the sort of position I want to be looking forward to next season, so this will be a good chance for us to gauge our opposition. As we make the trek to the Veltins Arena, I have to admire some of the transfers that Schalke have made, bringing in Roussillon. If I had one takeaway from this episode, it would be that the second half of this season has been a battle of the goalkeepers, as we start out the highlights with a good opening save by Grill, and then Nubel will be equal to the chance, as the Schalke goalkeeper is still going strong over there rather than making the transfer to Bayern Munich. But another good save from Grill here in the 33rd. This was probably his best one, as he got a solid palm to it. But fast forwarding to the second half, we're finally going to break open this Schalke defense as Sam Lammers pulls off a nice drag back, and utilizing that 5-star weak foot, Nubel didn't know what direction he was going to go, and he actually used his preferred left foot and the outside of it to net this chance away. One final opportunity for Schalke to equalize in the 82nd minute. A good ball play through to Giuliano, but Grill was equal to the chance on his near post, and we'll end our season with a good victory against a solid Schalke side. I'm extremely happy with where we finished in our first season in the Bundesliga, officially ending up in the upper half of the table and the top 9. No surprise though for the top 4, as Bayern, Leverkusen, RB Leipzig, and Dortmund finished in the Champions League positions. I feel like year over year you might see some of those teams switching places, but for the most part, Until we get thrown into the mix, that is going to be your top 4 finish. But looking at the lower half of the table, it'll be a sad day for Freiburg and Köln fans, and potentially also fans of Union Berlin, as they'll be in the promotion playoff final. Klose has gone back to his goal scoring ways as he netted 24 goals across 37 matches. Matt Whaler finished as our second top goal scorer, 7 goals from 15, and Lammers, our new signing, also contributed 7 goals except from 34 matches. This may be one of, if not the first time, that Ballack appears in the top goals / top assists, as he was our top assist maker with 8 assists from 38 matches. And some pretty impressive contributions from Lammers and Whaler. Lammers had 5 assists across 34 matches, while Whaler had 3 assists from 15. I'm very curious as to how the DFB Pokal ended. Of course, we were knocked out in the semi-final. However, Leverkusen got our revenge on Hoffenheim as they won the cup. Moving on to the Schweizer Bundesliga, we'll see the return of some Bundesliga staple clubs in Hanover and Dusseldorf. Hamburg will be in the promotion playoff final. And then looking at the relegation zone, we have Ingolstadt and Osnabrück being sent down. We will see some turnover between the Bundesliga and Schweizer Bundesliga as Hamburg beat Union Berlin 6-2 on aggregate for the promotion playoff final. Taking a look at the Dritte Liga, Greuther Fürth continue to be a very interesting case study for this career mode. It seems like they either finish first or they finish last, no in between, as they finish first in the Dritte Liga. Going all the way to the bottom of the table, it was Erdogan who looked to be completely out of the top 3 leagues, and Meppen also being sent down. Klose was the only player from our squad to appear in the top 15 for the top scores category. However, I think it's a pretty impressive display considering we finished 9th in the table. He finished as the 6th top scorer with 18 goals from 33 matches. Again, only 1 appearance for us in the top assist category, as Ballack finished 13th with 5 assists from 34 matches. And once again, pretty steady stuff from Grill. He had the 6th most clean sheets in the league with 8 clean sheets over 32 matches. I think I'm ready to say it now. Siegmund is officially a player to watch. He's gone up in the double digits for the overall growth category. That is pretty impressive, even for a youth academy player. And then looking through some of the rest of the guys, I'm also pretty impressed with Grill because he didn't receive any player training. That +3 is all purely from in-game performance, so I think that's dynamic potential at play. We have a couple of youth academy promotions to cover. I'm not entirely sure these players will have enough time to develop and become a regular part of our squad, but I'll still cover them regardless. First promotion is Antoine Pereu, a 16-year-old center back from France. Has a value of 850,000. I feel like we haven't found too many youth academy prospects that have potential to be special, so this is a good find. And then looking at his actual statistics, looks like a pretty solid center back, similar to the other ones that we found. Markus Langer is a 17-year-old goalkeeper from Germany, has a value of 425,000. Unlike Pereu, he only has the exciting prospect status, but it is cool to see that he has a 5-star weak foot. Might not be too useful at the goalkeeper position, but still a cool find regardless. We have one icon retiring this season. Georgia Hadji will be ending his career at Galatasaray, and it's pretty cool that we have a regen here in the Superliga. I feel like that's pretty unique and not something we'll see too often in this save. Unfortunately, it seems like we've discovered another bug in FIFA 20 career mode, as we are currently at the 29th of July, still in season 4. However, the board doesn't seem to want to give me the short-term youth development objective despite signing 3 youth academy players with decent potential. We'll move though, our manager rating isn't too low. For the brand exposure, we did complete the crucial first team player signing as a midfielder and forward position. I think we actually signed a player for both of those positions. And then moving on to the finances, we're almost done with that long-term objective despite only being 1 season in. Domestically, of course, we met all of those objectives. I don't know what the board's on about saying that we had a satisfactory performance. In my opinion, a 9th place finish for our first Bundesliga campaign is some pretty stellar stuff and above what they expected us to do. However, all that's important is that we are still manager for next season, and I have bigger goals for Kaiserslautern. To give you an idea of what our squad will look like for season 5, this is how we currently stand with the addition of Tyler Adams as our left center defensive mid. In my opinion, we should be making an improvement at the center back position. Sven Bender has definitely done the job helping us survive relegation in this first Bundesliga season. However, his overall rating is going to continue going down, and in my opinion, our defense is our weakest link. So if you have any center back suggestions, do let me know in the comments section below. But if you have enjoyed this episode and are excited about the future of this Kaiserslautern series, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you all again soon.